Today's episode is sponsored by Sir 007. Thank you for being solid. Hello peeps and welcome to News Tower. I'd like to thank the makers of News Tower for providing me with a preview version of the release. You will be able to get your hands on the release version 1.0 of News Tower on the 18th of November 2025. Since we've last played, a whole plethora of things have been added and improved and changed, so there's going to be lots for us to check out, including a new military faction, can you believe? Now, I don't know who we'll be getting tangled up with, but let's find out, shall we? And jump straight in. We left for New York. I still remember it, brimming with ambition, the clang of streetcars and the hum of dreams waiting to be crushed. New York was the place to be at the turn of the century. Your father and I arrived here with nothing, but we knew we could make something of ourselves in this city. Started from the bottom, with a rickety newsstand selling others' papers, but piece by piece we built our own story. Before we knew it, we were hitting scoops left and right. Once your ink-stained pen becomes an influential weapon, it's hard not to wield it. We had one vision, becoming the biggest in the city that never sleeps. Your father's been gone a decade now, and frankly, he left things in a bit of a state. But don't worry, this city will chew you up anyway. It's what it does. Know-it-all Eleanor will be more than excited to help you keep those first punches. Call it an overdue inheritance. The business is all yours. Bumbling Gazette. I've arranged a taxi. Take it. Your uncle. Thank you, officer. We'll stay in touch. Have a good day, ma'am. Oh, hello there. You must be our new publisher. You look the part. Thanks. Of course, your uncle didn't disclose the full story. Allow me to shed light on this dire situation. It is pretty dire. It is quite the state. Our newspaper has been struggling tremendously with dwindling readership and mounting debts, an unfavourable combination. What happened here? Look at the mess. Last night, one of the debt collectors paid us an unwelcome visit. It appears that your uncle has unsavoury connections. We may have those. To be frank, the recent financial crisis has pushed us to the brink of foreclosure. Oh no. Aloha. Your uncle saw no way out and sought external financial options. Unfortunately, his plans didn't unfold as anticipated. No. Rumour has it he's hiding somewhere tropical now, living off the last bit of our paper's cash. Oh, jeez. So now, you're our last hope, tied to the man in the painting above. Our former boss, your late father, the great publisher Isaac Van Anden. He dreamed of one day being the lead newspaper in New York. Sadly, your uncle couldn't even stand in his shadow. But no time to linger. We need a newspaper to be printed this Sunday. We've got to make every letter count and prevent this looming foreclosure. Oh. Okay. At your service, publisher. Let's meet our remaining staff. Okay. Blazanov here is operating our telegraphing station in our line of communication to the outside world. Hi, that's right. As a matter of fact, I'm receiving some hot news right now. Oh, we love ourselves some hot news. Give me a minute. You can see this loading. In the meantime, I've got something to show you. Okay. See the blue arrow? Why, yes. This shows your advancement in the week. Our goal is to get a newspaper out every Sunday. Okay, so no time to waste. I'll give you some blue box tips along the way. Very useful, very useful. And good luck. Have a look around. Move the camera so we can zoom in and out and move around the floors. This is great. Oh, it's a little bit sensitive. Can I also move it with the mouse? I can also move it with the mouse. That is fantastic. Okay. Bingo! Ooh, send out your first reporter. This lamp here represents Mr. Blazanov's telegraphing desk. Lovely. When the light's on, that means a line of communication is open, allowing you to send reporters over to report on the events. This is where Mr. Blazanov found our news source, Wall Street stock crash. Oh, it's a big one. This is what we call the news board. The core of each news item lies in its story files. Every news item has at least one. Look. Okay. Right, 3 days left. Here we're dealing with an economy story, as indicated by this requirement. You can see that here, economy. Okay. Only reporters with an economy skill can be assigned here. This reporter has the skill we need, Dennis Brown. Okay, drag this card to the story file. Okay, I like that it's out in the water here. So we can just grab him. Economy, level up progress 0. So we can just grab Dennis here and pop him in there. Total panic going around. Okay, so Wall Street stock crash, angry crowds gather in front of banks. As you can see, he started working on the item straight away. This story file will take 6 hours to report on. An economy tag was gained from this report. It's all about the story tags, as you'll see later. Yes, yes. When the story file is completed, a report containing an economy tag is brought to your tower. It then has to be processed into a final article and can be placed in your newspaper. In the Bumbling Gazette. Let's head back to your tower. Just click somewhere outside of the... Okay. Okay. Hi again. Hello there. And those mobsters really did a number on our equipment. This used to be where our typesetter worked. An essential part in the newspaper production process. Thank God she's here. Reporters would come back and deliver their report here. Over there is where the typeset reports were assembled for printing. Okay, typeset. Unfortunately, both of them were destroyed. With baseball bats probably, and the good people working them got so scared they left. Fair. Anyway, before I get too emotional, let's clean up this mess and start over. Okay, dispose of the broken typesetting desk and dispose of the broken assembly table. So this is the typesetting desk. Wrecked. Utterly wrecked. So let's do the same over here. Also wrecked. So we need to build a typesetting desk. Oh yeah. Also, I can't help but notice we've got stuff going on the globe here. Typesetting desk. Exclusive. Converts reports into text slugs. Okay. Here we go. Boom. Assign someone to the typesetting desk. So every desk needs an employee. Click here to assign somebody. They seem good for the job. Drag the file onto the desk. So we have John Higgins here, typesetting, 45 salary, and Brad Coleman, 45 salary. Okay, so we just drag them to here. Excellent. And they have this types setting stuff business. So now we need to do the same for the assembly. Here it is. We're going to... Oh, what's this do? Completes slugs and engraved graphics for printing. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to pop that there. Well done. Thanks. Thanks. It does. So we come to hiring and we're now going to... Oh, what's this? Oh, and Brad Common also here, look, has assembling. So we can pop him in there. This is fantastic. So waiting for the reporter to come back. Okie dokie. So here he is. Brilliant. Time to convert this report into a typeset slug. All right, all right. I'm a total rookie, though. So excuse me if this takes a minute. Okie dokie. Monitor news items in production. We can click here. Here you can see the tags that you will collect when printing this item. So this only has the one tag, but this does start to fill up as we get deeper into it. And then this shows the progress of your item's production. Every stop represents a production desk in your tower. Once the bar is completely full, you can place the item in your newspaper. So we had reporting, that's been done. We're currently on the typesetter. Then it will go to the assembler. Wonderful. You can throw away individual parts of a story here. Editing is sometimes a necessity when there's no more time left to complete a story, but you still want to print the completed parts. So we could bin it. Okay. Some outside influences might also make admittance of certain topics. Keep an eye out and make sure to edit well. Their rewards could be quite worth your while. Okay. So whether you're working with the Mafia or the military or click on this icon will direct you to the location of the current item. So we can see totally here with the typesetting desk. Beautiful. So there's lots of good information here, and then we can also prioritize it, which is fantastic. Utterly fantastic. While we've been doing this, I noticed this found dead on steps came up in Philadelphia. Found dead on steps at this office building. Now, Dennis Brown also has crim, so we're going to send him out to there. He should have taken the elevator. He was a writer, almost done with his book, says Speakeasy Acquaintance. Amazing. Okay, so we can get started on that as well, because we go to print on Sundays, and it's currently Friday, so we should hopefully have time for this. We shall see. I like that we can see it progressing with the typesetter. That's good. And then, look. He's picked it up and working on it. Can we name our people? Condition, move, skills, workplace, salary, log. Oh, we can't rename them. Sad times. That would have been fun. I would have liked that. Oh. It's finished. Oh, I love it. Congrats. You've produced your first article. The final step is placing it in the printer. There she is. Bertha is what we used to call her. How she served us for many editions. Darn it, getting sentimental again. All that's left now is deciding on our layout for the week. And maybe squeeze in some extra news. Yes, I'm working on a crime story right now. I've got to run now, but I left you some blue notes again. Oh, thank you. See you next week. Okay. Bye. Oh, almost forgot. Our reporter Dennis left you a little present in the printer. Okay. Did he now? What is this? Place your first article. Okay. This item is finished. We can see here. Look, it's all green and stuff. Let's drag it into the newspaper. New publisher. Look at this. Look at this. So we've got a society story. So we can drag this and pop it in there. Oh, yes. Excellent choice. Oh, I've not got a lot of choices available to me, to be honest. Oh, look. Dennis is back, everybody. And our crime story is in. This is fantastic. No lights going on here. Look at the state of this. Oh, look. Reporter desk. Wrecked. Well, I'm sure we'll deal with that tomorrow. For now, it can stay there. Oh, look, we've got a small fan, light, Brooklyn poster. This is lovely. We could fast forward or wait until Sunday to start rolling the presses. Well, I am going to wait for this crime story to come in. Definitely. Look, we've got a staff board. This is great. Pasha, Dennis, John and Brad. Oh, this is an overview of our entire staff. Well, I love it. Oh, I like that it's getting dark outside. Oh, you can see the ships going by in the background. Oh, Sunday morning. Time to roll the presses. Well, I'm hoping 10 hours. How long until we have to roll to the presses? I reckon we can wait for Brad, right? I reckon we can wait for Brad. Can we wait for Brad? 6 hours. Come on. We can do this. It's time to prepare for printing. Don't worry, you still have all of Sunday to compose the newspaper just as well, because we were working on this. Time will automatically stop before the end of Sunday too, giving you a last chance to print everything you want. Oh, that's good. When you think it's time to print, click here to control the printer. Okie dokie. Well, here it is. I think this is probably our first edition. Oh, look at that. 3 cents. October 1929. This is lovely. So we've got a society, we have an economy, and we have a crime here. This is great. And then look, we've got all this sort of stuff. No negative tags, no combos. We've got 3 bronze tags. They're all bronze tags. Okay. Multiplier. Extra sales from multipliers. Content placed above the fold. Triples in value. Wow. Okay. Total revenue that will be made when printing. 375 doubloons. Okay. Well, here we are. Go! 12,500 newspapers sold. The stock market is going up. Guess there will always be some crime to read about. Oh, this is great. And then we can click on here. Oh, that's cool. Get the deets. Okay. So we've got juniors, no seniors. There's the wage cost, so employer wages. The date increased by 100%. Lovely. And then loan repayments. Okay. Well, I'll be damned. Those mobsters came back and destroyed our printer. Buffer! To think that after all this time, this is how she goes. That reminds me, your uncle did manage to obtain blueprints for a bigger industrial printer before he left. Okay. He never got around to use it before he had to flee from the debt collectors. It takes up quite some space, so let's start by constructing an additional floor. Okay. Plus button. I'm just going to pause that because he's getting a story in here. We're going to confirm construction of new floor 1000. Boom! Excellent. We've unlocked stairs. I mean, we need to get up there, to be fair. Stairs. Boom. To the door. Well, that was easy. Oh, what is this now? Printer input module, an output module, and a page module, and a printer belt. Okay. So we need to build the printer input. So it has durability, it makes noise, it's quite hot, it requires power and paper. Pop it there. Okay. Currently has 100 paper in it. That's handy. This also requires power, makes noise, produces heat, and will need repairs. Boom. Printing belt. So we pop that in there. So we can link them up. Excellent. And then the printer page module. Buffs assembling. +2. Okay. In the middle. Okay. Page 1. Much better than our old printer. Soon we'll be able to add more pages to this incredible machine. And don't be afraid to rearrange the printer later. It can even go through ceilings and walls. Now that we can print some news, we should expand our reporting so we have more news to work with. But before we do, we should probably tidy up the place a bit to make some room. That sounds good. That sounds good. Now, I can't help but notice that Monday is almost over. And there is stuff happening on the world here. What do we have? Cargo ship burned and sunk. It sank. It sank. Okay. So this is a society story, New Orleans Harbor. And it leads to a political story. Now, Dennis here can do society. So we're going to pop him in there. Lucky they have so much water around. Dock fire spread to the ship, severely damaging the Munez, a USS cargo ship thing. So we can get started on that while we're having a clean-up. So let's tidy up this office. Plant. Dispose of old printer. Goodbye, Bertha. Sweeping station, trash can, and something else, I believe. Didn't get to see it. These mobsters really made a mess. We need somebody to clean this up for us. Indeed we do. Build a sweeping station. Sweeping station. Oh, employees sweeping. We love employing sweeping. Well done. Thanks. So we need somebody who can sweep. Curtis, you can sweep. Get on it. Assign a cleaner. Good. So we need to build a new reporter's desk. Yes, because I'm going to want somebody who is skilled in politics. So here we go. Look, brings back reports. Fantastic. What I might do is move you into there. Yeah. And I'm going to bring this reporter desk down here. Yeah. This is acoustic panel. Brings the sound down, which is always handy. You know. So, a little bit, because this also produces noise, right? It's a thing. So, hire and assign an extra reporter. Yes. Ronald. Now, Ronald has politics, he has entertainment, and he has sports. Fantastic. Get in there, Ronald. We love it. Build a new telegraphing station so we can get more stories. Oh, look, see, look, they do produce noise. Requires paper, requires power, and can break down. Boom. And let's hire a new researcher. It's going to be Tom. Definitely going to be Tom. There you go, Tom. Lovely. Looks good, the printer. So look. Curtis, that's it. Sweeping up all this paper. Wonderful. Whitehall. Grand Cafe. Go more in depth in our story. Digging deeper. Ah, yes. Here we go. So we've moved from the New Orleans Harbor and it's led us to Gallia Hall, which is a political story. So we're now going to send Ronald out. What do you think was the problem? I said it for years. Safety regulations need to be carried out, says Mayor. So now it's a society and a political story. That's fantastic. There's a whole newspaper to fill this week. Let's send out some reporters. So there we go. He's only gone and done it. He's only gone and done it. Notice that we now have an extra lamp here. Every lamp gives us one spot for handling news on the globe. So we now have 2 of them. Yeah, this is great. On the eve of election. So we've got a political story at City Hall. Fantastic. Ronald is back. Boom. Who would you choose? Walker rests his record. LaGuardia attacks efficiency while Thomas calls for faith among voters. So that's great. More stories. Another one's popped up. Bridges and bottlenecks. So we have an economy story here at the capital. So we're going to send Dennis out to there. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Congress traffic experts urge adequate maintenance to many bridges. That seems very sensible to me. It really does. It really does. I can't help but notice we've got exclamation mark here. Oh, look. Ah, the trash can. And we also have a red apple painting. What is this now? Counters smell, counters noise, counters heat, and prestigious. Oh, let's stick it up there, shall we? We only get one of those. Another story has come in. Berlanger Beach Jones. So this is a boxing sports story. Sellersville venue. So we could send Ronald out because he can do sport. Oh, that's great. Right on the nose. Split decision in 10 rounds in Philadelphia. So we can see we've got all these stories lining up. And they get sort of quite the backlog in trying to handle it. You know, they do. Now we also had... the small lamp. So we can... Also takes power, I notice. 1 power. Put it above that door. I like how the other lamps wobble. That's nice. Nice little touch. Nice touch. So it already feels like we need more typesetters and stuff. You know? Look. 3 reports building up. Oh, look. It says add here. Oh, this is great. And then we could probably save time by grabbing this and putting it straight into the assembly. Yeah. Saving walking around. Good-o. Now we can come to the printing press because we do have a finished story here and we can make that look. The main story, which gets that ×3 thing, right? For every bronze tag that is placed in your newspaper, you gain sales. That's right. Some tags are more valuable than others, but they are also harder to find and require more effort. This shows how many newspapers are expected to be sold by people on the streets. This is influenced by the tags that you place in your newspapers. Another way to increase sales is to have subscribers. We don't have any yet, but we'll get to that later. Here you can see an estimation of how much money you will make when this newspaper is issued. Different layouts can give different results, so experiment. Okay. So, for example, this has politics in it, and I believe that when this story is done, so if I put a priority on this, and it goes on the same page, we get one of these sort of combo tag things, right? I believe so. So I think I can take the stories out of his desk like this, if I want to. Yeah. And then you can see, look, they get like this colour sort of saying, they've been dropped, it's terrible, what are you doing? But it's okay, because we can see that the one we're interested in is currently with Brad here. So, it was the first one that came in, but I prioritised it all the same. All the same, it's prioritised. If you place the same tag on a page more than once, you earn even more sales. So here it is. So if we now look, see? Well done. Matching tags on the same page gives us extra sales. Be careful though, combining negative tags will have the opposite effect. So you can see, look, that boost we get. Amazing. Isn't that great? Isn't that great though? It's pretty great. Our economy story is done. So we could stick that there. But I don't know which would be better, to put the sports story there or not. I don't know. It's Saturday. We'll see if it gets done and we could swap them out and see if it makes any difference here. It probably won't. It probably won't. Ah, it looks like we could do with the trash can here with the reporters. Do you know what? Put one here as well. I'll see how that goes. See if we can help produce the sweeping up needed. 675. If we swap these out, 675. It's exactly the same. I think I might go with the sports one though. I think I might. But yeah, I would say our newspaper is ready, and it is Sunday morning. And I think we are ready for print. So let's do it. Go. Record sales! Excellent! Society is always taken by surprise at any new example of common sense. A politician is a fellow who will lay down your life for his country. So we got record sales! That's wonderful. And we did spend a bunch, so it's nice to make a little back, isn't it? It is. It is though. It's all going in the right direction. Welcome to New York City map. We can expand our business to these neighbouring areas. Okay. Williamsburg. The people in this district like to see these tags in your next paper's edition. So they want to see crime and sports. Okay. If we reach that goal, we gain subscribers. Subscribers are guaranteed to buy your newspaper. It's a great way to create a steady long-term revenue. Okay. District then. Williamsburg. Good choice. You can play one district every week. Okay, so that's selected. Oh, we got a new globe. Lovely, nice decorative. Enhance the telegrapher or reporter. So this is the globe business. I can rename them. We can rename them. Oh, well, you know what that means. Channel members, you're going to be working at the Bumbling Gazette. Well, before we go any further, let's get everybody named. Travelling Matt. You're in. Isn't that amazing? You're a happy boy. Brad Coleman is now going to be calumnious. Welcome aboard. John Higgins will now be known as Trent Francis. Welcome aboard. Dennis Brown will now be known as Sir 007. Now, there's no women here yet, Isabel, but the first woman that comes in will be you. But for now, we need more gentlemen. So moving down from Zeke Zenith, I shall now start picking from the Honey Hoarders. Ronald will now be known as Trestle. Welcome aboard. Tom Graham. Tom Graham will now be known as Gerard Loren. Welcome aboard. And Pasha will be known as Jeffrey Wrinkle. Welcome aboard. Oh, what a ragtag crew we've got here. Oh, this is great. I'm so pleased we can name them. That's just the best. It's just the best. So the globe here buffs the telegrapher. It also buffs society for reporters. But if we take this and pop it on the desk, Look at that. A blue arrow is added, indicating the employee's skill has been boosted by the object. Over time, employees will gain experience, which will also increase their skill. Isn't that cool? Higher skill levels will translate into faster production times. Perfect. Perfect. So could we also give one, look, to Jera? So Jera and Jeffrey. Excellent. Oh, that's all pretty awesome, isn't it? So we can also view comfort levels. So we have normal view. Then we can have elevation view. So that allows us to see behind that back wall there. So we can see the stairs and the lifts and stuff like that. And then we've got comfort view. Look. Right. So we can see that it's very hot and noisy here. And that it's bleeding through from this door into the hallway here, but we can see quite a lot of green here, so they're fairly okay. But it says build a wall with a door to contain discomfort. Okay, so this is a wall with a door, and we can pop this here, look, and we could see how it did affect that somewhat, just sort of giving it another layer of buffeting, right? And counter discomfort with objects. So we've got heat coming through this door. Now we do have a fan here, so if I move this fan, there we go. See that? So now none of the noise or the heat is making it to this floor, which is really good. It's really quite good, isn't it? Some machines cause a lot of discomfort, like the printer. Nobody likes to work next to such an oily industrial machine. You can build walls to limit the negative areas or add another floor. We can click on the icon. Placing this object will help counter this annoyance. So we can have like a fan just to help try and cool it down, bring the temperature down. Oh, that's really great. We also have the air vent, counters heat and smell. Look at that. See how it affects it. It's great. Let's see how this employee is feeling. Let's check out Jeffrey. The comfort levels of the environment affect this bar. It plays an important role in the overall concentration of the employee. The concentration, okay. Keep all the stats high will bring happiness to the employee and increases the employee's productivity. Fantastic. If the overall concentration becomes too low, our workers may start to work sloppy. Yeah, no, we don't want that, do we? So look, concentration. Weighted average based on the employee's condition. Influences affect skill levels. Employees become sloppy if their concentration is too low. So it's currently at 100%. And look, we have vision, influenced by environment, light levels and time of day. We've got toilet satisfaction. So we're going to be building those. Nutrition, they will need to be provided water and food. That makes a lot of sense. Then the comfort. And prestige satisfaction. A prestigious environment gives a final boost of concentration to a skillful employee, increasing their work speed even further. Ooh. We seem to have all sorts of new bits and bobs here. Oh, we've got another reporter's desk we could build. And more typesetting and assembly tables. It's all very important. Oh, we've got a clock. Look at this. Counters noise, apparently, and heat. How does it do that? And smells. How does it do that, though? The acoustic panel, which I've moved here. Wonderful. Okay, because these guys are a little bit noisy as well, aren't they? Very nice. And we can employ a bunch of new people. Look, Esther is here. We definitely need to get Esther in, don't we? Production. We've got reporters here, and then utility. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm loving these little animations. They're great. They're great. Absolutely great. We can always have a little reminder of our district as well, Williamsburg. Just in case we need a reminder. It is up there, which is nice and handy. You can use these buttons to prioritize our research. This can help with finding what your readers want faster. Every tag belongs to a category. If you're not sure in which category a tag belongs to, hovering over it will give you a hint. So we know that we're interested in crime and sports. They're the ones we want them to find. see that? North America, Europe. We are now waiting for stories to come in. They might just be finding stuff. So, we have a sports story. Fantastic. At the local bowling alley. Veripapa, am I saying that right? Takes lead in bowling tourney. Fantastic. So we're going to send Trestle out to go and investigate that. Bowling is right up my alley. Ada Harris strikes out in 2-day individual title match. Fantastic. Oh, I like this car icon here. And then we also have this Crim one. Lurk. Loaded pistol found at playground. What? So I think what we'll do, we'll get Sir off to look at this one. This could have gone very wrong. 2 scared teens find weapon from nightly liquidation. So our reporters are off. Now I do like with the paper that we do have this article from last week. This article was finished a week ago and therefore became old news. Every red tag you print will lose a bit of sales. It might be worth it, however. Old news will be automatically removed after 1 week. Yeah, this is like, so I think you can get to a point where having empty space on a page, it's better to just take one of these old news bits and fill it than leave it blank. We shall see. We need paper resources to function properly. Let's order them. Yes, look. Dangerously low supply of paper. So we click on here. Oh, look. And we can order masses of paper. Let's get a large delivery. Here he comes. His fantastic car. I love the cars in this. I mean, I love it all, really. Resupply desk. Storage cabinet. Fantastic. Those crates need to be transported. Build a supply desk to facilitate and assign somebody to transport the resources. So we've got all this paper just lying on the streets. So utility resupply desk. Going to pop that there. And we need to employ Frederick here. Garcia, they seem good for the job. Look, they have the transporting skill. Now, of course, we could really do with renaming this chap. Oh yeah. Oh, Shizu, welcome to the team. We're also going to need a storage cabinet. So I'm going to pop that there. Now, Oshizu here will start doing it all. But we can also do it ourselves, which I kind of like. Do you know what I mean? I like that. That we can help. You know, we can also put it on the shelves here. Just saving him a bit of time. And I think we can even like pop it in the machine directly. Isn't that great? I think so. But he'll also go and do it himself, which is fantastic. Oh, we can see Shizu here coming down the stairs. Check it out. Oh my goodness. Absolute champ. Careful to bend the knees, not the back. Very good stuff. Also a little bit dark in here. Not the best. So let's fix that situation up. So how much is the next story? The next floor, 2,500. Not bad at all, is it? Interesting. Should we do that? I think I will. Yeah. Look at these cars. They're amazing. Oh, look. A water cooler. Fantastic. Somebody is getting thirsty. Build a water cooler. Somebody's getting thirsty. So this provides food. Excellent. We'll pop it in here for now. The travelling mat, look. There we go. It's Trent, everybody. Trent's thirsty. Well, it's all sorted. And then Trent's going to need the toilet. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. What have we got on this side? Brooklyn Trust Company. And then we have a restaurant as well. Ooh, lovely. Alfredo Barbershop. Shave a 10 and a haircut 30. We've got an advert here for tuna, by the looks of it. Ah, the toilet and sink. And tile wallpaper. Lovely. So somebody needs the toilet. Is it Trent? Somebody needs to use the bathroom. Build a toilet. Ugh. So first of all, can I get them up here for the moment? We're going to have a rearrange, aren't we? And then we can bring in a toilet, and it's amazing because relieves bladder, requires paper, gives smell. It is a thing. It is a thing. So now then, the sink counters the smell a bit. Oh look, that's good, isn't it? That's pretty good. Could we get in a second toilet? That could be good. Now we are going to need a light in there. I can't make the light central. It's a little upsetting. Which means I may want single toilets, and we shall see. Not the best, is it? So if we do a counter, so we could put like a vent in. I mean, it helps a bit, doesn't it? Oh, look. And apparently the tiles also help, so having the right decor helps. Wow. Okay. And then if we put a vent, I don't like that. Let's put a fan out here as well. Look at that. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Oh, it's Cal. It's Cal that needs to go to the toilet. Just in case you were wondering. They are happy. So, you know, one of each was fine. I thought we might get some more. We didn't. It seems as long as we get at least one story of the tag, that's enough. And then we can fill it in however we choose. I am printing an old news story, which gives us a little bit of a boost, but not much. It's certainly giving us a slight improvement. So we'll go with it. Go! They're breaking sports records themselves. Economics is extremely useful as a form of employment for economists. Excellent. I mean, it's not a record though, is it? Because we messed up a little bit. Just a smidge. Still. Got a little in the bag. And Williamsburg, look at that. We did achieve it all the same. Influence granted, and we got 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. Wages has gone up some. Yeah.